U.S. stocks plunged Monday, with all three major indexes falling over 1%, and the Dow dropping more than 800 points. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 821.91 points, or 1.66%, to 48,804.06. The S&P 500 declined 71.76 points, or 1.04%, to 6,837.75. The Nasdaq Composite dropped 258.80 points, or 1.13%, to 22,627.27. Markets faced dual pressures from sudden tariff policy shifts and AI disruption fears. After the Supreme Court struck down Trump's reciprocal tariffs Friday, the White House quickly responded with new 15% global tariffs. Meanwhile, a Citrini research report envisioning 10% unemployment from AI advances sparked panic, spreading from software to financials and logistics sectors. Tech stocks mostly declined, with Magnificent Seven names mixed. IBM plummeted 13% after AI startup Anthropic said its Claude Code tool could help modernize outdated COBOL programming language, with most mainframes running COBOL produced by IBM. Microsoft fell over 3%, Tesla dropped nearly 3%, Meta declined nearly 3%, Amazon fell over 2%, and Google lost over 1%. Nvidia rose 0.91% and Apple gained 0.60%. Financials tumbled, with American Express down 7%, MasterCard off nearly 6%, and JPMorgan Chase and Goldman Sachs each falling over 4%, marking the S&P 500 financial sector's worst day since April. Software stocks remained under pressure, with CrowdStrike down nearly 10% and Microsoft off over 3%, sending the S&P 500 Software and Services Index to a 10-month low. Novo Nordisk plunged nearly 16% as its obesity drug CagriSema failed to match Eli Lilly's tirzepatide. Eli Lilly rose over 4%. Chinese ADRs mostly declined, with the Nasdaq Golden Dragon Index down 0.95%. Decliners included Kingsoft Cloud down nearly 9%, Canzhun off over 6%, 21Vietnet and Finvolution down over 5%, Tiger Brokers, GDS, and VibeShop each off over 4%, Bilibili down 2.13%, Baidu off 0.99%, JD.com down 2.65%, IKEA off 1.15%, Trip.com down 0.06%, Futu Holdings off 0.52%, and Alibaba down 1.32%. Gainers included NIO up over 2%, Yum China up over 2%, Atour and Li Auto each up over 1%, Tencent Holdings ADR up 1.35%, ASE Technology down 0.26%, Taiwan Semiconductor down 0.47%, and Pinduoduo up 0.06%. The Supreme Court ruled 6-3 Friday that President Trump's reciprocal tariffs announced last April under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act were unconstitutional. Trump quickly announced he would continue imposing 15% global tariffs under different legal authority, stating he doesn't need congressional approval and warning of more punitive tariffs in coming months. The European Union warned such tariffs could jeopardize U.S.-Europe trade deals. The 10-year Treasury yield fell below 4.03% from 4.09% Friday, and the U.S. dollar index dropped 0.2% to 97.65. Dallas Fed President Logan expressed cautious optimism on rates, stating economic uncertainty persists, with technology being one of the biggest uncertainties. Safe haven assets surged. Spot gold rose over 1%, with gold futures up 2% to $5,225 per ounce. Silver futures skyrocketed 6% to $87.40 per ounce. Bitcoin briefly fell below $65,000, hitting a low of $64,300, before recovering to above $66,000, still down 1.7%. Crypto-related stocks declined, with Strategy down over 2.5%, Coinbase off over 2%, and Robinhood down over 1.8%. For the week ahead, key focus areas include Wednesday's Nvidia earnings, a critical AI bellwether that will heavily influence tech stock direction. Trump's address on Iran tensions is also crucial, as U.S.-Iran relations continue escalating. Further developments on Trump's tariff policy remain a concern. Technically, the Dow has broken below 49,000, the S&P 500 is seeking support near 6,800, and the Nasdaq has fallen to 22,600. AI replacement fears continue spreading from software to financials and logistics. Defensive positioning is advised, with focus on consumer staples and utilities, and caution on chasing tech stocks.